Vegito!
Hey, what's up Dragon Ball fans and collectors, the DBZ Collector back again, and for this video we'll be doing another installment in my figure rundown segments. As I'm sure what seemed forever ago for all those who ordered from Premium Bandai, what a relief it was to finally receive this figure. Now on my Instagram I did a poll between Zamasu or Vegito which figure you guys would like to see me do this video on, and it was pretty undisputable. So this time we'll be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegito figure. So right out of the box we have the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegito 2.0, which I'll be referring to as Vegito Blue 2.0 for short, with his smirking face expression. As I mentioned in my Gohan video, Tamashii is really doing a great job with the expressions in the faces of these newer release figures. Those added lines underneath the eyes really help capture that anime-like look. As with most all 2.0s, there is still no apparent body shading on the skin tone, but we do get some shading on the blue parts of the gi, more noticeably on the pants. Now there are a few paint issues on my figure, which do seem to be amongst many if not all the figures that were released. Since the sleeves were more than likely casted in the same blue plastic as the rest of the gi, you can see where the blue plastic underneath bleeds through the orange paint. Now there are also some small random splotches of orange paint on the figure. I have it here on the top part of the gi as well as on some parts of the pants. The hair coloring is painted in a light metallic blue color and it's done fairly well. However, when placed next to the other Super Saiyan Blue figures, like the Goku, Vegeta, and Gogeta figures here, you'll notice the hair coloring on the Vegito is different than the rest. Whereas the other Super Saiyan Blue figures have a deeper blue color with that added sparkle-like sheen throughout the hair, this Vegito Blue has a more metallic turquoise color. The design of the figure is overall consistent with the rest of the 2.0s. We do have a butterfly joint in the shoulders, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, ball peg in the wrist, an ab crunch to articulate him slightly forward and slightly backwards, butterfly joint for the legs, thigh swivel, and double jointed knees. I will say that the head itself does rest a bit high on the neck, but I do think it mostly has to do with how far they allowed the neck peg to recess into the hair sculpt itself. Also, when moving the head down, you do face an issue where the faceplate presses against the neck and pushes the faceplate out completely. So just something to be mindful of when articulating or posing this figure. Tamashii did also make the unusual choice of reusing the upper torso of the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, which has the shorter V cut on the gi, rather than the Super Saiyan Blue Goku 2.0 with the deeper V cut. Now taking a look into the accessories for this Vegito, we have one smirking face, one teeth gritting face, one forward facing yelling face, and one side glancing yelling face with bangs to the side. For the hands we have two fist hands, two open palm hands, two gripping hands, one extended gripping hand, one energy ball gripping hand with a peg hole, one instant transmission hand, one instigating hand, and one energy sword insert hand. We were also given a few energy effect pieces. Here we have one peggable final Kamehameha effect, a back clip for the Merge Zamasu, one energy sword effect split into 4 different parts. And just to show you how these effects work with the figure, with this particular gripping hand we have the peg hole where the final Kamehameha effect pegs in like so, where you can pose Vegeta either charging or just holding the energy effect. The effect itself is pretty unique, not only cast in a translucent plastic, but also the added lighting effects around the piece really give it a dynamic look. The lighting is also made of a softer rubbery-like plastic, so you don't have to worry about the thin pieces snapping or breaking off. Now, with the construction of the energy sword, here are the two pieces that connect to form the base, which again is made up of a softer rubber-like plastic, so no worries in parts snapping or breaking. Here, this piece makes up the middle and also most of the length of the sword. And finally, the edge of the energy blade itself pegs right in here. In order to use the fully assembled sword with Vegito, we do have to use this particular hand part, which fits right inside the insert of the base. Now, because of the sheer size and weight of the effect piece, poses with the Vegito and the effect are a bit limited, as it will severely weigh the figure's arm down. So if you're not the best at balancing your figures, I would strongly suggest using a stand when posing Vegito with the sword. Tamashii also added in this back clip piece, which is meant to attach to the back of the merged Zama's figure to depict the scene where Vegito stabs in through with his energy sword. Taking the energy sword out, you'll find that the clear peg piece here is actually removable, which is where the back clip pegs into. Now once you do that, you can clip the piece onto the back of merged Zama's like so. And you're also probably wondering if this back piece is able to clip onto any of the other figures. Unfortunately, the only other figure I found it was able to clip onto was the regular Zama's figure. However, if you're really adamant on making this look work for other figures, you can also grab some blue tack adhesive and affix it to the back of any figure with the effect piece. So there are a few small gripes with this figure. Paint around the orange parts of the gi could have been applied a bit cleaner. The head does rest a bit high, and there is the issue of the faceplates popping out when the head is moved downward. Now, even though the hair color doesn't match the rest of the Super Saiyan Blue figures, which would have been nice to have them all uniform, I do get that Tamashii was trying to match the color that was represented in the anime. I do wish that they had chosen to go with the deeper V-cut for the shirt, but overall, aesthetics, not to mention the crazy amount of accessories and original effects pieces this figure came with, make this Vegito an instant grab in my book. Now, before I bring this video to a close, I would like to answer a few questions and requests some of my followers on Instagram made about this figure. First off, how does the official Vegito look next to the demoniacal fit Vegito? And how do they compare? So here are the two figures next to each other. Since I did have the Super Saiyan Blue expansion pack for the demoniacal fit version, I threw that on just for a better comparison. Standing side by side, they are just about the same height. The hair coloring on the demoniacal fit version does match the rest of the other Super Saiyan Blue figures. It is also a bit narrower than the official release as well. The demoniacal fit Vegito also has the design with the deep V cut for the shirt, unlike the official Vegito. However, overall quality of the plastic, paint application, and look of the character will most definitely still go to the official Vegito. Now, head swaps between these figures are not possible unless you replace the neck pegs. However, I do believe that similar to the Gogeta headsets, Demoniacal Fit will be releasing a headset pack for Super Saiyan and base form versions of the official Vegeta figure. Next up, are you able to swap heads with any other figures? Well, it does appear that any of the 2.0 Goku heads will fit on the Vegito body. Here he is with the Super Saiyan Blue 2.0 Goku head. Now you can see that the head does rest a bit further down on the neck, which goes into what I touched upon earlier about the neck peg just not recessing deep enough into the Vegito heads. For kicks and giggles, you can also pop on the Zama's head on the Vegito figure, but that just looks kind of creepy, so let's take that off. And last question, do his hands have fingernails? So if you have the original 1.0 Super Saiyan Vegito, you'll understand this question. For those that don't, I'll let you in on this hidden gem here. So when the line first started out, Tamashii was infamous for just reusing the same molds for different figures, mostly being that of the Goku figure. When the original 1.0 Super Saiyan Vegito was released, they had reused the Goku hands for his gloved hands, and just casted them in white plastic, forgetting that these particular hands had fingernails. Well, I'm happy to say that with this new incarnation of Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, he does not have fingernails on his gloves. So that will conclude the rundown on this Vegito Blue 2.0 figure. If there are any topics or extra details you'd like me to include in these rundown segments, let me know and I'll consider putting them in future videos. If you enjoy this video, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Make sure to turn on all notifications, get updates on all my new posts and videos when they come out. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.